And hello, everybody. Welcome to one of our promised impromptu streams for the 717 project. And from us here, we did not plan this formally, so we don't have as much of a feature plan as we did for the first public flight. But there are a couple of things we've been working on for the last couple months since then, and we'd love to show off. As you can see, we do indeed have a cold and dark cockpit here, so let's go ahead and get that started up. Part of today's journey is going to be I'm going to be showing Josh some of the performance calculations in the MCDU, and of course everybody else in the meantime. So we'll get to go over what we've done, and yes, we've brought the MCDU online finally. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get everything started up here.
Okay.
We do have external power. Or no, we don't actually. I take it back. So we'll go ahead and start up APU.
Oh, that's cool. I like the power on self test. That's cool. I'm just gonna watch that for a little bit. That's one of the things that we did not have done last time was the little secondary HGS, I believe. Is that what that's called?
It's the ISIS.
ISIS. Oh, that's a wonderful name. By the way, everyone, I'm Josh Mendoza. I'm the community manager over at TFDi Design. So you're watching it from my perspective, and I thought it would be a little bit interesting. Oh, there we go. You guys are gonna get a perspective that you may not see from the developer. I don't mess with this plane on a daily basis, and they show me it, but they don't really teach me how to fly it. So I'm gonna be telling this sort of how I see things and what I think is cool. So I don't play with it on a daily basis. Is basically what I'm getting at.
I do, on the other hand, and in case you weren't here for the public stream, I am Colin. I am the lead programmer. So this is going to be fun, I think. We'll do some patterns. We're at Papa Hotel Tango Oscar. These Hawaiian airport codes, man, I can't remember any of them. Alright, actually you can see, I might have missed it before, but the gear enunciation lights do work now, and they did their little power on test and everything started too. We're just waiting for the FMCs and the screens to boot at this point. Hopefully we'll get our stick shaker test here in a sec if you want to keep the yokes in view. I actually don't think you have your fonts installed, Josh.
There they are. Oh, do I not?
I don't think you do.
Oh, man. There's a stick shaker test. Ladies and gentlemen.
Mayday.
It appears that I may not have the fonts installed. Let me see. Let me grab that real quick and see if it's anything. I can just reboot it and.
Persistence at its best. Persistence will keep everything how it is.
Yes. Oh, I definitely do not have my fonts installed. I'll tell you that much. Oh, goodness gracious.
Alrighty. Well, that's easy to fix.
Yeah, that is easy. So, you wanna? I did not see the fonts inside the install folder. Where would
No,
that be?
they're inside the 717 base folder now.
Okay, let me go ahead and open that up real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, this is always unplanned, especially with these impromptu streams, so you will get some interesting things happening, like
missing fonts.
Well, that right there.
I was gonna say just look at the EAD,
honest,
and that pretty much demonstrates what might happen on these.
If you see this, just assume your fonts are missing. But no.
Yeah, this is a live knowledge base apparently.
Yes. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead, sim objects, airplanes, scroll all the way down here to the base, then fonts, go ahead, just right click on all those, install, bam. Do I need to restart the sim or just
the plane?
Just the plane? Alright.
I'll go ahead and end my session here.
So we'll go ahead, load up into the Bell because
that poor Bell, man. I must switch into that plane. Really? I must switch into that aircraft 30 or 40 times a day as I'm rebuilding this. Every time I've heard jokes, it gets excited that it's going to get flown, and I just switch right back out of it again.
As I heard it start to wind up its engine, it's like, yay! Alright, let's go ahead. Load back up into this. Oh man, those engine sounds. Another thing you'll notice up here is the engine initialization thing. Other systems are functional. It needs to prepare the engine and set it all up. That is, I believe, a limit of FSX. Correct?
FSX doesn't let us directly force the engine to on or off, so we kind of have to let it do its thing. It's actually, that goes right along with one of the things we've been working on a lot since the stream. We actually have done some of our review of the onboard systems. We've improved a lot, actually, the electrical system, the hydraulics, the fuel, and kind of rounded everything out a lot more. One of the things is that a lot of the system factors are now based on engine, RPM in some cases for like electrical generators or things like that. So our systems are now, they're halted until the engine's finished loading, so our persistence and everything can behave properly. That's the reasoning behind that. Actually, if you hang on, don't connect to me just yet. I'm actually gonna go ahead and I'm gonna host it as yes, so it'll set my state to you.
Oh, my state's off, so.
That's what I'm saying. See, otherwise it would set us both off again. So we don't need to go through the setup for the second time.
Let me know when you're ready for me to connect.
Go ahead. If anything, we got to demo the shared cockpit and persistence actually do work under pressure.
Oh, failed to join.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Spoke too soon.
Let me,
Okay.
what happens if you host his,
Let's give it another shot.
Oh, there we go. Ooh, beautiful. Alright, there we go. And
Alright, now we're good.
that looks a lot better.
Okay.
Alright, we're good.
Alrighty. Anyway, that little bit of a delay behind us. I guess we can... Let's just jump right into the MCDU here.
Okay.
First thing, we'll go and get the IRS on. Which is... That functioned before, but it's a little different now. You'll see, as soon as I turn them on, you'll see different enunciations on the PFD and on the ND. Some of the failure flags would go away. We don't have our position yet, but it's there. But that leads us to the MCDU, which if you want to take a look down at that, I can actually start to demo some of what we've got going there now.
Yeah, one of the cool things I just saw was the IRS and a line showing up on the enunciation. I don't know. And it's gone. Alright, it's moved over to the right. Cool.
Yes. As we're setting our fuel crossfeed. Get it left on somehow. Alrighty, so you're looking at the MCDU. Let's go ahead and, without further ado, let's take a look. Actually, go back to the menu here, or the status page. Unlike before, the keyboard in-op message is actually gone now. You can actually use the CDU. So we'll get Papa Hotel Tango Oscar. Those two patterns, so we'll set everything to it. Alright, like that. That is the alignment process. That is your set initial position. Now normally you'd see it under LS, the line select 3. That row you'd see the present position. We'll be getting there with that. But the part that I'm most excited about, that I have spent a lot of the time recently on, is all of the weight and performance information. Now, our weight and balance is currently a little ridiculous, so let me actually set that. I'm going to actually steal controls from me for a second, and I'll contact our ground crew and have them correct that.
Okay, sounds good. In the meantime, I'll go ahead and tour around the cockpit a little bit to check out some of the things that have changed since I've last got my hands on it.
Sure.
I don't remember the nav off lights being there.
They were not.
That looks cool. I like it.
We actually, if you do the annunciator test, the cockpit door light also now comes on when it should.
Alright, let me go ahead and do that. Where's the cockpit door light again? I am.
It's by the IRS panel.
Thank you. By the IRS panel. Okay. Oh wait, I was blind. Yeah, that was right above it. Those are funky looking lights.
Yeah, definitely. Now, what's cool is, in the background, I have actually seamlessly taken over control of the aircraft from Josh, set the load information, and then given him control again. So he now has the same fuel and payload that I have without actually reloading or doing anything special, just in the background.
Now I don't remember the annunciator panel doing all this stuff on the main flight displays.
It did not. The failure indications and all of that, and the sensor readings, everything has changed. We actually also now have a couple of new displays, which I'm going to go ahead and turn off the annunciator test here and show you that. Okay, one of the new displays, let me go ahead and turn this off. Our miscellaneous page now actually functions. And let me see if I can make it do it. I'll shut that up.
Engine.
Go to status. Status page works. You can see all the current alerts. And the consequences page, which is actually one of my favorites, is any of the displays that come up that have one of these consequence messages to go along with it now shows up here.
That's really cool.
And one of the ones I like to mess with, I don't want to screw with it too much for fear of losing an IRS, but we'll give it a shot. If I turn this off, you'll see we actually just got a whole bunch of stuff on the right side there because some of the stuff from the anti-icing just failed because we lost one of our electrical buses. And you'll see miscellaneous actually flashing now because there's even more on the miscellaneous page that we haven't seen yet. This is all new stuff since the last build. We can fix that. There's also a delay in all the alerts now, so they're not quite as quick as they were before, which is realistic. The real one is not instant. But, okay. Let's go ahead and let's get our center of gravity. Josh, can you go ahead and get the load sheet from the menu?
Yes. Alright. Let me see. I'm assuming you mean the fuel and payload menu?
Actually, if you go to our menu in the add-ons, you can there's a request load sheet button that'll give us our center of gravity, zero fuel, and gross weight.
Oh, there you go. Center of gravity 35.2, zero fuel weight 91.5.
That's still awfully high.
And
30.2 or 35.2?
35.2.
Really?
Yep.
Ah, okay. Hang on one sec. Let me go ahead and steal roll from you one more time.
No worries.
Alright, go ahead and do the load sheet check again. It should now be 30.2.
I got 30.2 on my side.
Very cool. Alright. So, I'm going to stick that in our takeoff center of gravity here. We're going to focus on the MCD. We can do that again. Zero fuel is 93.5. How long is the runway here, do you know?
Hold on one second. Let me go ahead and pull that up on my browser real quick. I'll just pull it up.
And I'm not actually sure what our zero fuel center of gravity would be, so I'm going to just plug in takeoff center of gravity. That's probably terrible practice, but something about empty boxes bothers me.
Alright, let's see. The runway we have is 9,800 feet.
Okay, we got plenty of space, and what do we want to do? We'll do packs on. Do we have any notable wind right now? I don't think so, right?
I have fair weather, so I would assume
it's nothing
yeah.
major. Okay, what is our outside temperature? 14. Stick that in the OAT. And then what I have been waiting to get to actually look at on the PFD for the longest time is our V-speeds. We'll go ahead and do a flaps 15 takeoff. Probably unnecessary, but we'll do it anyway. And confirm the V-speeds. There we go.
Bam. And they're highlighted on the PFD in magenta.
Because they are the FMS recommended. Now, what we can do, the init page actually lets you simulate different things. So we'll go over some of that in the air. It has actually some stuff you can do with fuel calculations in the air. We're not 100% there yet, but most of it functions. I'll show it to you. But stab trim is going to be 1.5. So can you bring up the config page?
Yes.
Going to set our speed to V2 plus 20.
I'm assuming you meant the configuration.
SD, yeah. Yeah. Alright. Which trim? Looking for 1.5. Part of this video too is to just show off what using it in shared cockpit with our systems can be like, as well as some of the new systems. Alright, I think we're about ready to ready to start it up here.
All right. Have we made any progress on the weather radar since last year?
We have. The only thing, it's getting some more work right now, but I will turn it to test mode.
Okay.
At least we'll see that come up. Weather radar, it is functional. I just don't trust it at the moment because I was actually implementing some more of the delays to it so it matches how the real one feels, because when you move the knobs, it's not immediate. And in the process of doing that, I think I've actually broken the setting. So test mode's the only one that works at this moment, but the weather radar as a whole is pretty much done.
Is there a way to turn it off? Okay. I was just gonna say fly around.
No,
with
we're
that,
just gonna
that
have
test
testing
up
the whole day. Alright. Go ahead and bring up the airports thing here. Okay. So we should be good to go. Let's I'm gonna go ahead and get our thing ready for startup here. And yes, we do have that sound now too.
That was cool. I wasn't expecting that.
Alrighty. Well, I'll let you do the honors. If you want to go ahead and pull the starter knobs. Well, one of them.
Well, number 1 or number 2?
Yeah, let's go ahead and pull number 1. Oh, do we have... Oh, it'd be nice if I turned on APU air, wouldn't it?
That'd be slightly nice, yes. Man, I am just dying with friends over here, man. Outside, for whatever reason, does not like me.
There we go.
I should
Airports
probably just reinstall Steam Edition at this point.
Yeah, my frame rate's really good here, actually, because it's default. Scenery, that is.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Probably because I'm building from the, or I'm coding from the graphics card. So.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and pull a starter too.
Okay. Starter 2 is pulled out.
Alright. Confirmed.
That's just so cool to look at the numbers like change as they go up and stuff. That's really cool.
I've learned to actually really like the EAD. That'll go away as N2 increases the engine voltage warning. There we go. That's actually one of the things I was talking about that's based on N2 now. That's why it has to wait when it first initializes, so stuff like that doesn't happen when it shouldn't. Alright, what do we do? Flaps, 15. I'll go ahead and take care of that on my side here.
Just making sure I have all my proper buttons set on my joystick. Colin, you've been messing with the airplane more than I have. What would you say about the high intensity airports and frame rates?
I would say it still performs noticeably better than aircraft of similar complexity. It's hard to tell because everybody's system is different. It's flyable for me at pretty much everywhere, even in New York with sceneries and stuff. But I actually don't even have Flight Beam SFO HD installed at the moment, so I can't give you an analysis on something of that complexity, but I don't think you'll be disappointed. Not at all.
Yeah, and the issue on the outside of the airplane is something to do with my sim. I think it's not the airplane, I'll tell you that much.
I'm currently getting around 60 outside.
It's impressive. I don't know how you're managing that.
Neither do I. My computer normally can't do that, but
there you go. The 717 will actually make your computer perform better.
oh yes, yes, because that's possible. Sounds like you're trying to sell a really cheesy ad for like some strange magazine.
Increasing your frame rates exponentially. So guys, we're just gonna do one. We're gonna do a takeoff. We're gonna go into the pattern. We're gonna do a landing. We're gonna shut down. We're just gonna do something short for that, not a big long flight like the last one.
Yep, we just kind of wanted to show off some of the new stuff. This will of course be on YouTube, including our little faux pas in the beginning with the fonts. The whole video will be up there.
Yeah,
It'll also be on our forums.
Forums.tfdi or tfdidesign.com.
TFDi Design.
Dude, you know what? I know what company I work for. That's all that matters, right?
Yeah, fair enough. All right, we should be good to go here. Everything's all set. Let me go ahead and... Oh, the spoiler arm sounds. Forgot about that.
Oh, that sounded... I like it. Ooh. Hey. I like the sounds. They're music to my ears.
We can thank Brandon, not Filer, but Olivo for that one.
Go ahead and...
He's done a very good job with those.
All right. Do you have the parking brakes out on your side?
No, I'm good to go.
Why are
Brakes are strange sometimes. Give me 1 second here, I'll fix it. Go ahead and set your parking brake and release it.
Okay. Good.
And you should be good to go now. They're still off?
Yeah, they're off.
Yep.
All right, I'm
fix
gonna...
that. Alrighty.
I'm gonna see... Is this plane capable of a thrustback? I think is what it's called.
I am actually not totally sure.
Let's find out, shall we?
Oh boy, alright.
Let's see. Will she do it? Oh, she's doing it! Oh yeah!
Look at that.
We don't need no pushback tug.
I actually disarmed the spoiler because the reverse thrust will cause it to deploy otherwise. That was why I did that.
Beautiful.
That was cool. It's actually the first time I've done that.
Awesome. Cool. We're good to go, right?
Yep. Let's do it.
Can we see the outside of the plane? Yes.
Actually, can say we have a request for that.
Let me just get to a good spot and I'll park it for a second, and then we're good to go. Oh, I actually have some really cool news. I haven't told you yet, Colin. One of my friends just soloed today for the first time.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Send him my congratulations.
Will do. Here you go. I don't know what's going on with the frame rate, just again noting that. Yeah, I am putting 74 and 8 are the two extremes we're getting right now, guys.
Somebody asked about the... okay, first of all, the outside model, we've been focusing a lot on the systems in the cockpit. The outside model is, I think, actually up on the agenda for us coming real soon, as obviously we're approaching, you know, the end of the year and, of course, our release. So you'll start seeing a lot of tweaks to the outside. A forum post we had today, but the nose pitch on the ground, the front nose wheel strut is actually a little too tall. On ours, we're going to be correcting that, which will cause it to have the slight change in pitch on the ground. Somebody else asked about default liveries. We do want to have liveries at release, but what we may end up doing, and I think our goal right now is to have community painters work with us prior to release, so that it's kind of a mixture of both. Repainters will get to do it, but it'll also be available for release.
Oh man, I'm excited to fly this thing.
We're not too far from full IFR gate-to-gate routes, man.
Dude, that is gonna be so much fun. I'm excited for that. I really just can't wait to do my Hawaiian hops in this. That's the reason why I'm on board this team, so as I can do my 717 Hawaiian hops.
I'm actually looking forward to doing those too, honestly. And somebody asked about decommissioning VORs. Anything to do with stuff like that is probably going to be more to do with the navigation database than anything else. I mean, our systems read from the Navigraph database, and if it still has them as valid, then it'll see that, but I would venture to say that's something to do more on that end.
Yeah, that's I was actually gonna say the MD-11 cockpit looks very similar to the 717, but I remember exactly. I ran into someone who was streaming the other day, and he was doing the MD-11, and I was really caught off guard. I was like, wow, why does that look very familiar? And then I realized it's almost identical in some senses, especially the AFS. That had me all sorts of confused. I know that I believe Alex is extremely interested in painting this plane, so we're definitely interested in having some of his stuff done. We'll see what he does.
Absolutely. This whole thing has been such a community project with all of us, so it'd be only fitting that our repaints end up working the same way, honestly. I do think even if we're going to do impromptu streams in the future, we may want to publicize them a little more than we did for this one.
Yeah, that's true. We probably should. If you want to catch impromptu streams in the future, be sure to follow.
This is true. We did have it up for a little while to give it some time. Okay, we should be good to go.
Any last minute? Do you have any complaints or anything that feels off about this departure?
No, I think we're good.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and do your V callouts and I'll control the flaps and everything for you after takeoff.
All right.
You shouldn't firewall the throttle, by the way.
Okay.
60 knots.
Okay.
V1, rotate. V2. Positive rate, gear up. Tracting flaps 13. Slats. Slats up. Aircraft is clean. Someone asked about FS2 crew integration. I would love to have them work with us. We do intend to release, not immediately at release, but pretty close, a way for developers to integrate products with ours, both with hardware and software. Through it's an SDK, but it's not. And it would be amazing if we could work with FS2 crew on that. It's definitely something we're open to. We'll probably contact them a little closer to release once we have a definite on what our API is going to look like and what our SDK is going to look like. I really just love that sound, honestly.
Dude, honestly, it's amazing. I really like it. Alright. Gonna go ahead and level off here to see where I'm at relative to the airport. Okay, we are not yet at the team and currently so. Hey, Stormy Flyer, how you doing?
And the Evil Squirrel, yes, the 717 and the MD-11 have very, very similar cockpits.
Oh, excuse my headset. Just plug it in real quick.
Stabilizer motion. Stabilizer motion. Stabilizer motion. Stabilizer motion.
Trying to get it to be
Stabilizer motion.
pretty good.
Stabilizer motion.
Is it tied into the
Stabilizer motion.
FSX trim?
No, it is not.
Okay, so me hitting.
Where
the
would you
button-
like it? Now that all the buttons can do is make a complaint at you right now.
Well, I thought I was doing something.
Where would you like it?
A little bit more, so I don't have to do so much back pressure.
All right.
Stabilizer motion.
How's that feel?
A little bit more.
Stabilizer motion.
All right.
Stabilizer motion.
How's that feel?
I like that.
Okay, cool.
Thank you. Aim her down just a little bit. Take the throttle out.
The stabilizer motion warning is a little overbearing still currently. It is actually quite annoying and obnoxious in the real plane, but it happens a little less frequently than ours does.
Okay.
And the Evil Squirrel asks, thank you. We appreciate the comment on it. Yes, it will be payware. The price is going to be $59.99 US, but that will be once for all sims. You will not have to repurchase.
Man, the frame rates once I'm out of the island, or out from beyond the island, is absolutely. I wish I could say the same about the outside, but that weird glitch going on still. But inside, oh man, beautiful.
I can only judge the performance of my system compared to other stuff now because I swear my system has a half-life and it's just degrading over the years. It used to run so much better.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and begin the descent.
Do you want AFS at all, or you want to hand fly?
I'm gonna hand fly this.
Okay.
Not often am I gonna get to fly this in the pattern, so.
That's true.
Who needs AFS when you got a real pilot?
No, it will not support X-Plane. I just want to make sure that's clear. It's something that we are not against looking into in the future, but at this point in time, it is not currently in the plans.
We'll get into turbulence.
So Josh, we actually had a request when we land if you could do it from the outside view.
Land the airplane from the outside view?
Yes, could you pop up an additional view? I'd like to be, I want you to be able to fly from the cockpit with all the callouts and everything. That'll make it easier to land well.
The only thing I'm worried about is it causing. Yeah, it should be okay, but I am gonna have some FPS performance loss.
What was your frame rate like on the way out?
Well, inside the cockpit it was fine. It was on the outside that was the problem.
Oh, true. That's true.
I'll do a replay. How does that sound?
That'll work.
Alright.
You should let me disconnect from shared cockpit before we do that, because I have no idea what FSX treats that like.
Okay. We'll go ahead and do that. We'll do a replay for you guys.
I forget, does FSX replay, does that save custom animations usually?
I don't think it does, so...
Well, then actually, if he wants to see the spoilers, that may not work.
The spoilers deploy?
Yeah, the spoilers
we'll do a
are
rejected
custom.
takeoff afterwards. Does that work?
Okay. Let's see. And yes, HC Aviator, we are currently in a shared flight deck environment. Matter of fact, I'll disarm the spoiler for you. You'll hear it in a sec. Or you just heard it, actually.
Alright, we're quite a distance out, but no big deal. Did you set the AFS heading to the runway heading?
No, I did not. But what is it?
Uh-oh.
Actually, no, it did it by itself. I take it back. I forget takeoff mode sets it to your runway heading.
Oh, wow. Okay. I like
It's very
that.
helpful.
I like that a lot. Alright, I am prepared for when we're ready to start preparing this for landing. I believe we're about 7.5 miles out, I'm not sure.
Oh, we're going very slow currently.
I understand, yeah. Getting it a little slow flight.
You go ahead and drop our flaps. The V2 bug is actually still showing up.
Probably because we never got completely into cruise. That's what I would assume.
Currently, we're not using Hamachi for the shared cockpit. You can use Hamachi, but it does. I mean, like I said, you can use Hamachi if you'd like, but right now we're just port forwarding and connecting through that. It does not use NAT hole punching or any sort of security sidestepping to do its work.
That pylon is really making my life interesting. And there's the airport. Oh man, dude. Okay, alright, I see what's going on here. By the way, Pappy lights in real life are not that bright. They are not so bright you can't even see the runway. Just... that is
I see them just blinding out in the distance. And yes, we will have a full aircraft management system that'll have a livery manager and payload manager and all that cool stuff. The Evil Squirrel we are looking at release by the end of 2016, and as you can tell from its current scenario, it's not too far away at this point, though we can't actually confirm beta or release just yet.
I'm ready for more flaps and gear when you're ready.
Alrighty, then let's get gear down.
Oh boy. Who dropped the anchor?
Down 3 green.
Alright.
I'm gonna go ahead and get us. Actually, I'm gonna hold you with flaps 25 while we stabilize.
Roger.
And we have flaps 40. Careful your speed here.
Roger, thank you.
You should actually feel it should fly better because our center of gravity is way at a better range. Just a reminder, we do not have auto brakes. That is all you, man.
Ooh, okay. Okay, confirm that I do have braking via my trigger instead of the keyboard, which would be
Oh man.
ridiculous. We have reverse thrust though, right?
Yes.
Okay, alright. Well, we just used it. Okay.
Yeah, I'll say we did a power
1,000.
back. 1,000 feet. You can want to keep your speed above this. You will not have a good approach.
Okay, right.
Better up 140. I'll set the AFS bug there for a reminder.
Thank you. Not expecting to have 50% power on approach. It's just,
It's heavy.
I'm so used to flying the 172. It's just pull out the throttle and just glide her in like she's a frickin' paper airplane. This thing is like a lead weight in the sky.
Oh yeah, it does not fly like the 737. And yes, when we do enter beta, it will be very, very known. We'll be very quick about that.
Let's hope for a good landing. It's a
500.
It's a 1,000 or a 10,000 foot runway, so I'm hoping I can get it down in that distance. If I can't, please someone tell my flight instructor.
400. 300. 200.
Minimums.
Landing.
Roger.
20.
And
Oh, boy.
Oh boy.
Speed brake.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh. Okay.
Oh yeah. All right. There we go.
All right. Speed brake deployed. Green box. Reverser green.
Roger.
We would actually have had to put the nose down normally. We really need to fix that.
Woo.
Flap.
Speed brake retract.
Roger. Did anyone see how much I floated there? Gosh.
Oh man,
That was
what
like a hot
that?
air balloon right there, man. we're developers, not pilots. We'll leave
Well,
the
you're
good-
working on it.
Well, yeah, hey. 172s, not 717s.
But you hit the center line, which is already better than I do, so.
Oh, man. Alright, we'll go ahead and... Go to that exterior view. Hold on, is it A? No, that's it. Sorry guys, once again, FSX is acting really strange right now, as far as frame rates go.
I'm gonna go ahead and reset our V speeds.
Oh boy.
Count for whatever fuel used. Oh, it's actually the same.
Is it really?
Yeah, we didn't really burn a whole lot. So do you want to do the RTO still?
Yeah, that's fine with me. I'll go ahead and get an external view for the RTO.
Alright.
Flap.
I'll give you your V speed still.
Roger. Are we gonna do I'm assuming, below V1 RTO, correct?
Do you want to do that or you want to do it at V1?
Let's keep it below. It's
Alright.
we don't need to push my already somewhat sketchy flight simulator skills to its limits.
Alright.
Brandon, if you talk to my flight instructor, I'm gonna have a word with you personally on that one.
Alright, we are set back for takeoff again.
Roger, thank you very much.
That was one rough landing, my friend.
Alright. So, the epic balloon landings do not come pre-packaged with the product. You're going to have to do that all on your own. We got to eventually have one good landing. One that we can actually like put together for a product video or something like that. Can we manage that?
I'll have somebody else do that one, that landing.
Alright. Not yet, Matt. It is,
Close.
yes.
It's close.
Soon. Trademark.
Yes, soon, TM.
Go ahead. I'm assuming he wants a view from the right wing. Right? Oh, not that. Right. Like that.
Oh man, so you're gonna be taking off blind, is that what you're telling me?
Oh, no. I got a window in the top left so you can see see all the fun stuff
And it's hard to define pre-beta. It's, you know, what does that mean? It's in pre-beta in that it's not in beta, but that, you know, pre-beta is a huge margin of time.
Yeah, it is. Anything before the beta is...
Somebody actually wants to see the reversers, by the way. Sorry to cut you off.
The reversers do... Okay, let me, okay,
Do you want me to do the takeoff roll and I'll reject it? That should be fine with shared cockpit. I mean, that'll be fine.
yeah, that might work out.
Okay, then you won't have to worry about having the cockpit view and the outside view.
Yeah. Alright, we'll go ahead and get ready for the RTO. Just FYI, everyone. Once again, I'm going to preface this that my flight simulator is acting up on the outside for whatever reason and is not displaying what the frame rates actually should be. I think it's something to do with the encoding with OBS using my graphics card, so and something else.
I'm gonna ask you to go ahead and go on the runway and then line up a weight, and I'll take over and we'll go from there.
Okay. And runway 26 is the takeoff runway. Alright, do you have any feeling, any sort of problems or anything you would want to bring up about this takeoff that may or may not cause an RTO?
No, I think we're good.
Okay, I think I forgot to flip a switch back there, but I think we should be fine.
We'll figure it out.
Okay, sounds good.
Alright, I am now the pilot in command.
Roger, you are.
Alrighty, let me know when you're ready.
This is yours. I am ready.
Alrighty. Good, and go for it. I don't know what I'm doing with my tiller here. It's ridiculous. 80 knots. Oh no, engine problems. No.
Yeah, we gotta figure out what's wrong with my simulator.
Has your frame rate been terrible the whole time?
It has been a PowerPoint presentation, basically.
Oh no.
But once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's on whose side it's working fine, and on everyone else's side it's working fine. I'm known for having all the problems. So, but there you guys go. You guys can hear the sounds and everything else as well as seeing RTL.
If you want to go into the wing view, I'll roll the ailerons and whatnot, and we can do that.
All right, go ahead.
So, you actually get to see the spoilerons functioning here, which actually was one of my, I think, the most enjoyable things to code as far as flight controls goes. You can see right now I've got the spoilers retracted and the aileron full right. If I deploy the spoilers, you can actually see it move still. But now I have spoilers deployed, aileron full right. If I let go, it stays up because it undeploys the other side. I really retract, I guess I could have said, but it retracts the other side instead. And I like the spoileron system. Well, I'll go ahead and extend the flaps fully too. We're going to be working on improvements to some of the smaller things in animations. You should be able to see through the wing a little more than you can on ours. Again, these are all minor things that will get solved. Retract that.
Matthew, for why I'm not using prepared, I actually tried earlier today, and for whatever reason, it just was not cooperating with me. Something was not properly loading, some sort of module or something. So we went over to FSX instead, and it worked out pretty fine. So we'll go ahead and take her in, shut her down, and set her away for a little bit.
I don't know how graceful that turn was.
On my side, you're over the grass. So.
Oh, yep. Be one of the many fun. Actually, do I have an AFCAD? I think I do. I think I do because I know shared cockpit can get a little bit misplaced sometimes, but that's a little ridiculous.
I'm just curious. What are you doing right now? Oh my. Oh my.
All right, you know what?
I'm not gonna let this happen.
Do you want to take control back?
I'll take control back. You're driving on. You are pure off-roading, I believe, at this point.
All right. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
TFDi, where we know how to create airplanes, but not how to fly them.
Hey, I'm not in the grass on my side. I think I have an AFCAT or something. Here,
Yeah, it's...
all yours.
Oh, thank you. Alright, let's go ahead and take this puppy back to the terminal.
Oh man. All right. Well, that was just a little too much.
Flat.
Betty, don't tell me what to do. Alright. Okay, so this is roughly center line for me.
Yeah, now we're good. I guess I don't know what's going on in there. I honestly think that was our shared cockpit.
You think
It's-
so? Okay.
I think so. Well, our system is currently lacking. It syncs position, but it kind of uses a more predictive system, and it's missing the kind of reminder where it's supposed to be right now. So this is not how it'll be at release.
Okay.
Normally, it'll every so often it'll kind of reset you, and it will be a lot more continuous than all that just was.
That was interesting, I will say.
Makes for some stories. I hate that we even have this problem. It's the FSX sound engine. Because we had syncing that was almost perfect in the beginning, but it mangled the sound engine terribly.
It may certainly need it. The
If it's me flying, I make no promises with or without shared cockpit. It may need it anyway.
Alright. Thankfully there is very unrealistic amount of traffic coming into Hilo right now. Or else the tower would be in all sorts of love with us right now. This is actually where I flew. This airport in real life was where I first flew in a helicopter.
I think mine was Sarasota.
I believe it was a what's the famous Bell helicopter?
That'll be Brandon's area.
Oh man, where's Brandon when you need him? I was hoping he would just kind of appear out of nowhere.
I don't know why, but
Oh, did you want me to appear out of nowhere? I'm sorry.
oh, there he is.
Oh. Okay, what's the famous Bell helicopter? Like,
I don't know, there's a couple.
Is it the 408?
407.
407. Is that
208.
the one that Blue Hawaiian flies?
Does Hawaiian fly? Let me see.
Blue Hawaiian.
Or, yeah. I know
they
they
fly
fly
the
EC-130s, but...
Yeah, but before that they flew, I believe, Bells. I'm not sure which kind. Brandon, what did you have for dinner?
I had spaghetti.
There you go, DS Joel. You now know what.
Now you've shared your spaghetti with Flight Sim World. I don't know what happened to my English there.
Brandon, did you see the power back we did?
I was not here for that, no.
We performed a power back to get out of the gate.
And don't laugh, HC Aviator. We will be doing some more of our flights on VATSIM, especially once it gets more IFR heavy, and we start testing it under full airliner conditions. It's about, well, you know, I'm not going to give a number, but it's very close to full standard airliner ops. Not quite to VATSIM readiness yet, but as long as we can avoid runway incursions on every landing, we will continue to try to fly on VATSIM.
I was gonna say, I don't know if that's something that we're gonna be able to do successfully during a stream.
Securing checklist, please.
Okay, I don't actually have the final checklist pulled up yet, so we'll just go ahead and do it this way. We're not going to get external power at the moment, so we'll start APU.
Alright.
Which I should have done before now. I was half asleep, apparently.
10 out of 10, best co-pilot.
Hey, you know what?
Actually, 8 out of 10, best co-pilot. 10 out of 10 with Rice.
Okay.
Anyone who's Redditors will get that for them.
APU starting up. Oops. Any day now, it'll finish starting.
No, the APU error is failed.
There we go, APU elec on. And, alright.
Shortly, Matthew, yes. I have company coming over, so we gotta find out where they're at. They're supposed to be here shortly. Okay. And a 45 minutes on the dot from startup to shutdown.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Gonna leave the start pump on, kill this. We'll shut it back down fully to cold if you'd like.
I would much love that.
Alright, pins off.
I like the clickiness of this button.
You know what else is a very satisfying button to push?
Which one?
Take like one of the is it not the airport button? One of the buttons on your was it the EC? Not the ECP. You know, there's so many acronyms on this glare shield. On the yeah, it is ECP. No, I take it back. It is ECP. The range button, like hit the I think it's VOR2. Yes, it is the VOR2 button. Oh man, like right by your master caution. Isn't that great?
Oh, that is a very satisfying thing. As you guys can tell, I use a mechanical keyboard, so I enjoy the clickiness of things. So, I'm very satisfied with this. Colin,
Yes.
what do you like more, the A330 or the Boeing 777?
I've always liked Airbus aircraft more than I should. So, not having I don't have any real experience in flight sim in either of them, so it's kind of hard to say based on that. I think based on pure appearance, the 777 wins. But I'd have to dig deeper into what flying them both is like. I mean, I guess, the A330 is pretty similar to the A320. And the 777 is kind of similar to the 747, so probably the 777.
And well, if it ain't Boeing, it ain't going.
Even though my girlfriend actually flew on an A330 both to and from Paris recently. So it's funny you picked that aircraft. But alright. Anyway, there was our impromptu status update on the 717. We got reviewed onboard systems, MCDU performance information, V-speeds on the PFD, a couple of new SD pages, getting them finished up. So overall improvements to the systems in general, and with every passing day, we get a little closer and cross one more thing off the to-do list. We stay tuned for a proper blog article and update on things written out. Of course, we will post this video up on YouTube and get it on the forum post. And thank you all for joining us.
Have a wonderful night, guys.